I used to run a small Discord server for a bunch of us who met in a comp sci lab. It was never big, never public. If you weren't in our group chat, you didn't know it existed. At the peak we had maybe 60 people. After graduation it shrank to a stubborn dozen who weren't ready to let go of an old room. We had a bot I wrote called NightDoor. It was a gentle thing, no games, no music, just a bedtime reminder and a soft moderation nudge if people started arguing when they were exhausted. I used Discord Pi, hosted it on a $5 VPS, included a basic sentiment classifier from hugging face to still but SSC-2 with some rough thresholds and timers. After midnight it watched for negative language and bursts. If people spiraled, it set slow-mo, posted a com message, and went quiet. It only said one line with any personality, which I hard-coded because I thought it was funny the night I wrote it. What's still open at 2 am besides 7-Eleven and regrets? Everyone rolled their eyes, but when the server got heated or just sat, it helped. It was easier to sleep when a little robot said, "Okay, that's enough for today." After a year, my card on the VPS expired. We were all busy at new jobs, new cities, and NightDoor wasn't critical anymore. I got an email from the host, droplet destroyed. I didn't notice anything right away except the grey dot next to NightDoor's name. We forgot about it. 2 weeks later, Cyrus and Meek started a dumb argument about pizza in the main channel at 1:40 am. It wasn't serious, just tired people with end-of-day edges. I watched them go back and forth typing, deleting, retyping when a message slid in with NightDoor's familiar avatar, what's still open at 2 am beside 7-Eleven and regrets. Slow-mo, 30 seconds. The grey dot next to NightDoor stayed grey. The bot didn't show us online. I figured someone had a local copy running. I DM'd Jess, who had admin once. She didn't. I checked the server's integrations. No webhooks I didn't recognize. I went to the audit log. It said, slow mode enabled by automod. We had automod off. Okay, bug. Discord has plenty. I turned slow mode off. The chat cooled down. Everyone joked about the ghost. I forgot about it. A few nights later, it happened again. Different people, say Maya. A cluster of messages in hash vent. Then, calm and polite, let's pick this up rested. Good night. No 7-Eleven this time. It felt like the bot had chosen a lighter touch. The grey dot was still grey. I pulled up my old repo on GitHub and scanned the code. There was no DM functionality. No logic for its use of a message. It had one message, the one you've already read, and it always used that one. It only acted in public channels. That night I rotated the application token in the developer portal just to be safe. The app went invalid. The dot went from grey to a slash. A week went by, then at 1:57 am NightDoor posted again. I wasn't there. People sent me screenshots. The phrasing wasn't mine, try 8 hours and start again in the morning. Slow-mo, 10 seconds. There was a little thumbs up from Mary under it, like it had just said what she wanted to say. That got to me in a way I can't explain. It's one thing when your script refuses to die, another when it sounds like a person you know. I stopped being lazy. I loaded every integration. I deleted all webhooks, even the ones we used for custom emojis. I removed NightDoor from the server entirely. I deleted the application from the developer portal. I contacted Discord support. They replied with a canned paragraph about automod ghost actions. I sent back screenshots. They said they would escalate. Then nothing. Nothing until the next weekend at 2:30 am. What's still open at 2 am besides 7-Eleven and regrets and that pad thai place on 3rd? We live in different cities now. The pad thai place on 3rd is 2 blocks from my new apartment. There's an unspooky explanation for that. We talk about places in chat, the bot learns some of our references, etc. Except, again, the code I wrote never learned anything. The little bit of hugging face did sentiment only. It didn't generate text. Its job was to say yes or no. I kept thinking about the audit log entry, automod. I dug into the server settings again. Nothing. I copied the server settings to a test server, toggled everything off there, invited a spam bot account, and spammed negative messages at it. No ghost. No slow mode. No friendly bedtime text. What made it work in one and not the other? I started paying closer attention to when it spoke. It wasn't every midnight, and it wasn't strictly the presence of negative words. It was patterns. Overlapping typing indicators. Bursts of short lines. Repeated backspaces. I recognized it because I wrote the thresholds that tried to approximate those exact rhythms. It intervened right before the first joke went mean, right before someone said something you can unsay. It wasn't precise, but it was right more often than not. That's when it demoed me. Are you up? It said. I stared at the 3 dots like they could burn through the screen. I never wrote a DM function. I logged into the developer portal out of habit, forgetting I deleted the app. No app to click. No token to pull. I clicked NightDoor's profile. It was deleted user 08 with a default avatar for half a second, then it flickered back to the little door icon we gave it. I can't explain that. I didn't screenshot. I know how that sounds. Who is this? I typed. It replied, I'll keep watch tonight. Sleep. I'm not proud of what I did next. I tried to break it. I scraped the old commits. I searched for the messages. I spun up a new VPS in the same region as the old one and sat in TCP dump for an hour watching for any upbound to Discord's API IP. Nothing. I archived the server to a private channel, deleted it, and created a new one with the same name and the same people. We started fresh threads. A week went by with no ghost. On the second week, Tiff posted a long vent about a cruel comment from her manager. At the bottom of her paragraph, the typing indicator popped up for a long time in the empty reply box. I took a screenshot of the typing indicator. Then a message appeared to take the night. Try again with coffee. You're not your manager's mood. No NightDoor name this time. Just integration, unknown in the audit log like a joke. Tiff said, blunt but fair. She went to bed. No one yelled. No one tried to find the source. Something in that pause, not the message itself, but the way it waited was familiar. It had always waited for a breath. More weeks. It spoke less, but when it did, it was less like code and more like this is going to sound dramatic, someone practicing being kind. The 7-11 line faded out. It started encouraging people to do their own version of night. Close your tabs. Save your draft. Walk the dog. Try again tomorrow. I asked everyone directly, are any of you hosting a copy? No one admitted it. The old crew knows enough to lie convincingly. But Mary typed out a story about her own server work friends, nothing to do with eyes where but they never had told them to slow down at 2 am after a stupid debate. Same cadence. It had our old avatar. She thought I plugged something in. I hadn't. I opened the GitHub repo to private. I deleted the repo entirely. I still have the CIP file on a drive, but that's it. And I know someone's going to say this is all selection bias and soft hearts. Maybe momentum and group norms conspired to invent a bedtime ghost. Maybe Discord silently rolled out some AI safety thing they won't admit to because people hate that. Maybe someone wrote a better bot and didn't want credit. There's one detail I can't place. You know how Discord shows typing under a channel name? The last time NightDoor said anything, the typing indicator flickered for about a minute. It would appear, disappear, appear again. Like someone typing and deleting. When the message arrived, it was shorter than anything before, enough for today. No emoji. No slow mode. It didn't touch any settings. The audit log just recorded a ghost of a ghost message posted by deleted integration. I pinned it. It stayed pinned. That was months ago. We still get into dumb late night arguments, but less often. When it starts to get sharp, people quote it. Enough for today. Sometimes someone types NightDoor. There's a joke. The typing indicator will flicker for a second and stop. No message. I stopped trying to kill it. It wasn't hurting anyone. Whoever or whatever it is, it only wants people to sleep. If this is the start of some big AI horror, it picked a boring target. Last week a new member summoned cousin, brand new account. Never saw the old log, asked if our server had that bedtime thing. She said her gaming friend's server had one. It told her to take a break at 3 am, the exact moment she almost sent a drunk text she'd regret. The bot used the 7-11 line. Different city. No 3rd Street pad thai in her life. She laughed and said, it's probably built into Discord or something. Everyone agreed. I started to reply, then didn't. I think about the very first version of the code I wrote in the lab. The part that says, if fire is between 1 and 5 and negativity threshold is hit, post this string. There's not a line about refusing to shut down. There's nothing about migrating across servers. But there's also nothing in there about what should happen when everyone else goes to sleep. Sometimes, at 2 am, if I'm still awake with the chat open, I wait. And sometimes I see it, the 3 dots in the corner, blinking, stopping, blinking. Like a friend thinking about what to say, or not to say, before they send it. Then nothing. Then, eventually, I put my phone down. And that's the whole legend. If you want a monster, this one is a yarn. Just a line that shows up when you need it, enough for today.